What is up, my butter biscuits? Y'all, I feel like it's been a hot minute. I probably could just scroll back on my channel to like look at the last time that we talked about Jeffree Star on my channel, but I literally can't remember it. I feel like it's been so long. I feel like he's just like laying low over there in Wyoming, but recently he has been going on quite a few podcasts. And then also, as I'm filming this video, I just saw a small clip of a new podcast that he's going to be on where he's actually supposedly going to be outing James Charles, y'all. Like, I was like, oh, okay, from this little clip that I saw right here, I was like, oh, he's going in over here about James Charles, but I'm just really curious if he's going to be playing this recording. Y'all know for the longest period of time, like he always had said that he had this recording that could like end James Charles. And I'm like, is he going to be playing that or like what? I really wonder like whatever that recording really is. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, if you guys have not seen recently, Trisha Paytas, she came out with a podcast and it's actually really successful. I do want to say for some reason, I feel like she's meant for podcasts. People really do enjoy her podcast. She has like hundreds of thousands of views on her new podcast, which I believe it is called Just Trish. I want to say it is. I've watched a couple episodes myself and I actually do like it too. So recently she did have Terry Joe on an episode, and then Terry Joe did mention Jeffree Star, and basically Trisha Paytas said like, oh yeah, he's cool, I just don't remember why we had a falling out. And I'm like, okay, wow, like that was some big old drama back in the day. I do have to be honest with you guys, I did have to read an article to like refresh my memory as to what happened. I'm going to be reading that article within today's video too to refresh your guys' memory, just in case you guys don't know. But basically, because she made this comment on her podcast, Jeffree Star went on to TikTok live and he like went off on Trisha Paytas saying, you tried to like ruin my life, and then how you're gonna sit here and say that you forgot it. You know what I mean? Which I'm a little bit confused about this because y'all, she basically came out with a video saying that she had like the best time on this Vegas trip, and then literally she took that video down. She made another video and said like it was horrible and everyone was making fun of her, and I'm like, which one is it? You know, like which one's the truth here? I don't know. I got really confused with the situation, didn't know what to believe, but we are going to be reading that article within today's video. I will say this though, I'm going to be making another video about Jeffree Star as soon as this podcast comes out, about the whole James Charles situation, because I really am curious to know what he is going to be saying about James Charles, because it seems like, y'all, he's going to be going in, but the timing of it kind of sucks because it's supposed to come out tomorrow, which is Wednesday, but then I'm getting ready to leave to Arizona, so I'm like, ugh. But I'm going to try my hardest to squeeze in a video before I head over to Arizona. Anyways, y'all, so we're going to be talking about Trisha Paytas and Jeffree Star within today's video. So if you guys are interested in that, of course, go ahead and keep on watching. Make sure you guys click the link down below. Head over to my second channel. Show some love over there. I would really appreciate that. And make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. Let's go ahead and get into it. There was literally something on my mind while I was filming that intro. I was like, ugh, it's bothering me that I'm forgetting to tell you guys something. And it was about this concealer right here. I had been telling you guys for a hot minute that I'm going to be doing a review of this Makeup Forever HD Skin Concealer. I do want to say, I actually am wearing it right now all over my face. And I was going to do a full review of it, but then I was like, okay, like, I don't know. Not too many people watched my Makeup by Mario review or my Fenty stick review. So I was like, maybe you guys are not interested in seeing this. So I was like, let me just tell you guys about it in a video. I actually have this literally all over my face, kind of like as a foundation. And I have to say, I really do like it. If you guys like a really like light to medium coverage concealer, you guys will really like this. I do have to say, when it says undetectable, it is undetectable. It's really crazy. Like if you guys were to see my skin, it looks like I'm not wearing anything on right now. This is good for the days as to where I tell you guys I don't like my redness and I just like to tone it down. This is really, really good for that. So if you guys are in the market for a little concealer that is, you know, very light coverage, it's not full coverage whatsoever. I did try to build it up on the redness and it didn't fully cover it, but that's okay with me. I like something that's a little bit more light coverage. I just love how this doesn't look or feel like I have anything on my skin. But with the coverage, it could be a little bit more coverage if I'm being honest. Anyways, I want to go ahead and dive into this article right here, which is actually from, what is this? Districtify. And I want to like read this so that way you guys have some context on this situation right here, so that way you guys know like what the whole scenario was. This article is actually from January 18th, 2021. Also, I do want to say this too. I'm not defending Trisha Paytas in any which way, but how she said that she forgot. I have had that happen to me before too, y'all. I've had some falling out with some friends and I'm like, what was the drama even about? Like, what had happened? I just have to go out there and say that. But also, too, I do have to say, recently I was talking to my homegirl and I was like, something is going on with my brain. I think I told you guys this too. I've been in this like funk recently that, say, for example, I'll be like, oh my God, just the other day. And it was like a month ago. Like, I don't know what it, like my perception of time out of nowhere is just so far off. Like I would be like, oh, I was telling my mom a story. Oh, I was hanging out with my homegirl yesterday. And my mom's like, we went to dinner yesterday. No, you didn't. I'm like, Oh, that was last week. I'm like, what is going on with my brain? Like, I just don't get it. Anyway, so let me go ahead and read this article right here. I'm going to try to read through it really, really fast because I know this is a little bit of old news for those of you guys that have good memories. But for me and for the other people out there like me who have bad memories, I think that this is important for context. This is what it says right here on the main headline. Jeffree Star's hairstylist, Hair by Jay, made fun of Trisha Paytas on an Instagram live. Now, I do want to say the whole reason why this pretty much is about Hair by Jay is because this is how this whole thing kickstarted. Basically, he went on live, talked trash about Trisha Paytas, and then obviously Jeffree Star got brought into it as well too, and then that was their whole falling out. So this is what it says right here. In a new video posted to her channel, Trisha Paytas claims Jeffree Star and his hairstylist, Hair by Jay, were mean to her on a trip, starting new drama. Longtime YouTuber and online creator Trisha Paytas is no stranger to controversy. In her long career on the internet, she's found herself wrapped up in public feuds with many of the internet's popular figures. Most recently, it seems Trisha's former friendship with makeup guru Jeffree Star is officially over after she posted a video claiming he and his hairstylist, Hair by Jay, openly mocked her on vacation they took together. Starting some intense drama, what exactly did Hair by Jay say? I do remember during this time I saw this and I was like, oh, that is not cute. Like, I actually saw the clip. I was trying to find the clip from his live to put in this video, but I could not find it for the life of me. But I was like, oh, he's rude. Like, you ain't gotta say all that. Like, even if you don't like somebody, you know what I mean? Like, I'm personally the type of person, like, if I'm going to talk trash about a person, I'm gonna talk trash about their character as to like what they did wrong. Like, if they're arrogant, if they're rude, if they're mean, if they're this, I'm gonna talk shit about that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit there and talk shit about their looks. I just feel like that's just, I don't know, I feel like it's immature. Anyway, so this is what it says right here moving forward. Trisha created a video calling Jeffree Star and Hair, oh my god, let me restart that. Trisha created a video calling out Jeffree Star and Hair by Jay's behavior. In a tearful video posted to her channel on January 15th, Trisha aired her personal grudges with the controversial makeup mogul and shared clips from his hairstylist Instagram live in which he openly criticizes Trisha's appearance and weight. In the clips from the live Trisha shared, the stylist called Trisha a stupid walrus looking ass full of warts bitch, among other insults. Now, this is actually a tweet right here from Jeffree Star as to where a person tweeted out to Jeffree Star and said, if you support what was said to Trisha Paytas in that video, you are trash. I don't care what kind of money you have. That is mean girl behavior. You need to apologize and fire Hair by Jay. And this is what Jeffree Star's tweet said right here. This is where I say things about this are so confusing to me. So he said right here, I have personally apologized to Trisha Paytas several times last year about Vegas and she never responded, which is her right. I respected it and what happened is between us. Don't drag me into new drama. Not interested. What someone else says does not represent me. Now, this is obviously where things are super contradictory because basically he did come out before and say like, oh, talking trash about Hair by Jay, but then literally just like a month later, if it was even a month later, it may have been weeks later, that he was having Hair by Jay doing his campaign. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I still do think that Hair by Jay does his hair. So I don't know. Anyways, continuing on right here. There were multiple clips Trisha shared that appeared to be from the same live stream in which the stylist who has served clients like Chrissy Teigen, Celeste Rose, and Kendall Jenner continues to insult Trisha over an issue with payment for a wig during a trip to Las Vegas she took with Jeffree and Jay more than a year ago. I forgot to mention there was like a lot of drama that went on with this trip. I remember there was like a part of it too that like, am I tripping? Or like even Jeffree Star was talking trash about Rich Lux. Like there were things about that too. There was this guy, I want to say I forgot his name. Like he was like an Instagram model or something. Like he came out and made a video about it and basically said that like Jeffree was talking trash about everybody, including Rich Lux, which I'm like, okay. Anyways, continuing on right here. Jeffree brought me on a trip to shit on me. This is a quote, by the way, from Trisha. And I can't have a say because he paid for it, she cried in the video. In response to the video, Jeffree said on Twitter that he had reached out to Trisha Paytas following the trip and apologized for it. Anyways, I already read that tweet. So Jeffree also claims to have cut ties with Jay, writing in a tweet on January 17th, good morning to everyone except the guy that used to do my hair. Jay also responded to the backlash in an Instagram live where he claims he had thought it was on good terms. He thought he was on good terms with Trisha. And this is a quote right here. I knew it was going to be blown out of proportion, that it was going to be taken and screen recorded and reposted, Jay said to the live, according to Exclusive Hollywood. I just didn't think it was going to be recorded and taken to this magnitude. I reacted to a situation the best way I know how to react to it. Am I saying it's the right? No. And that's basically it right there from that article. I am going to get into the small clip right here as to where Trisha Paytas is talking to Terry Joe and basically says, oh, I can't remember like what it was. So go ahead and check this out.
Jeffree's cool.
Yeah.
I think we like had like, I don't know, maybe we didn't have beef. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, you think about like, why did we fall out? Sometimes I forget.
This is Jeffree Star's
so awful to me on this Vegas trip a year ago.
Romantic, fabulous getaway weekend with Jeffree Star in Vegas, which was so over the top and fun and amazing. And it was the best weekend of my life.
Jeffree's the one who said all those vile things. Jay was just stupid enough to repeat and confirm it online because he's his little minion. But Jeffree is also just as vile, so obviously trash is gonna keep trash.
Jeffree's cool.
Yeah. So as you guys can see from right there, I don't know personally, like maybe that was kind of like Trisha's way of just being like, oh, I don't really want to talk about the drama. Maybe it was just the easier thing to say. It's like, oh, I forgot about what it is. Do you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes if I don't want to talk about an old friend, you know, say for example, like if you ever run into like an old high school friend, or if you ever run into like an old friend or old coworker and they're like, oh my God, how's so-and-so? Like that was your best friend at the time and you'll no longer talk. I'll be like, oh, they're good. And it's like, oh, we haven't talked in 2 years. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to tell that person all my business just like that when I run into them in the store. So maybe Trisha Paytas was just like, oh, I forgot about it just because she didn't want to get into it because this was her first time hanging out with Terry Joe. So maybe she was like, you know what, let's not go into that. Anyways, let me go ahead and play the clip right here of you guys can see where Jeffree Star was on TikTok live, and y'all, he was a little bit frustrated about this. So go ahead and check it out.
Made up the most vicious lies about me and tried to ruin my life. And at the time, everyone was bored and people entertained her lies. It was so horrible for my mental health. And this bitch says she don't remember. That's crazy. She don't remember. Oh, but she has a kid now. She's healed. No, she's awful. She's an evil person. This is crazy. She don't remember.
Three stars, so awful to me on this Vegas trip a year ago.
Romantic, fabulous getaway weekend with Jeffree Star in Vegas, which was so over the top and fun and amazing. And it was the best weekend of my life.
It was so crazy, y'all. This bitch uploaded a vlog about our trip. It was so beautiful and amazing. 4 months later, deletes it, makes up all the lies, trying to ruin my life. Y'all, this is crazy. I don't remember. You don't remember trying to ruin my life, girl? That's what I'm saying is like people just, someone said, let it go. Baby, I've already let it go. I'm the one that moved to Wyoming and got therapy and fixed a lot of issues that I was having because I was letting people get to me all the time. And just because I'm passionate and raise my voice, don't mean I'm angry. Baby, I can turn it up. I can yell and scream and whisper and do ASMR. Y'all, I'm a comedian, baby. It's just so crazy how I really took this person in and they shit on me the first second people were starting to turn or felt any type of way. It was crazy. It's just very disheartening because human beings can be so awful, and to literally try to ruin my life and then say you don't remember what happened. Is this a joke, you guys? I'm literally gonna throw up in my mouth. Like, I feel literally sick to my stomach. I'm so disrespected all the time.
So as you guys can see from right there, he is basically saying that she tried to ruin his life. And I don't really know about this, y'all. I do have to say, it kind of seemed like Jeffree Star did talk some trash on this because obviously he said that he apologized to her. So I'm a little bit confused as to what's going on here. I was super confused at the time anyways because Trisha Paytas made this video and said that it was like the best trip ever. And then she came out saying that it was like the worst trip ever. And then she was crying about it. And then Jeffree Star is over here saying that Trisha tried to ruin his life, but then also he apologized to her. And then also, how would she be trying to ruin your life if you had to apologize to her? That means you obviously did something wrong. So I'm just a little bit confused about this whole entire situation. I do have to say this. Someone is either lying or blowing the story out of proportion, or maybe they're both just being dramatic for views. I really don't know. You guys can let me know your opinions about it down below. I'm super curious because I'm like, I don't know, there's just a side of me that I'm like, okay, why do I feel like they're both in the wrong? I don't know. Maybe that's just me because I'm like, the whole thing is just confusing. Maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.